Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today we'll be looking at 100 most expected questions of MHCET 2024. Before we begin, let us talk about the counseling form that is pinned in the comment section. Okay, so that counseling form is about if you guys have any queries regarding any of the products like mocks, when the batches are going to begin, or even regarding exams. So you guys can get in touch with that as soon as possible. Okay, so let's begin with our first question of the day. Okay, so the first question is, if 10 artists can draw 42 sketches in 2 weeks, then how many sketches of thrice the size can 50 artists draw in 5 weeks? So this is a question based on time and work, where work is given as workforce into efficiency of the workforce into duration. Now, if the efficiency is not explicitly mentioned, or if it is not mentioned that some people are this much better than the other people when it comes to work, or they take less time or more time, something of that sort where efficiency is related, we can ignore the term, we can ignore the word efficiency over here. So if you use this formula, since there are 42 sketches, so that's the work. Workforce is 10 artists. I'm going to ignore efficiency, and the duration is given as 2 weeks. You can convert the weeks into days, or you can leave it as such, because in the subsequent question asked, the duration is still in weeks. So you don't really need that, right? So chalo, let's bring in efficiency as well. So this is going to be into duration, which is 2 weeks. Now, question asked is thrice the size. Thrice the size means let's see within the efficiency how many sketches are going to be worked. Then we can take the uses of thrice the size at the later stage. So suppose n number of sketches are supposed to be made by 50 artists at an efficiency of the same in 5 weeks, right? So in order to get the value of n, the best way is if we divide it, right? So if we solve this, we will get n is equal to, so this is going to be 250 by 10, so this is 12.5 into 42. So this is going to be 25 into 21. So 25 into 21 is going to be 525, right? 525. Now, yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Now, since the number of sketches of a particular size is supposed to be done in 525, there are 525 sketches as such. Now, if the sketch is thrice the size, so the number of overall sketches will reduce, right? So we can't multiply this number by 3 because it will increase the value. So we need to divide it by 3. So we will have 525 divided by 3. This is the number of larger sketches that are going to be made. So if you solve this, 52 by 3 is 17 and 15 by 3 is 5. So 175 sketches, thrice the larger size, right? Okay. Next one. Try this. I'll give you guys 30 to 40 seconds for every question, and then I will start drawing it. I'll start solving it. Chalo, aap shuru karo. Let's see how many of you can get the answer correct. Start. Avni, Shreyansh, Rita. So in the pinned comment, there is the counseling form. Uh, it's not the counseling form. It's about the MHCT course rather. Okay. So if you guys want to join the MHCT course that we have just launched, the new batch, you can fill up that form, or you can go to that link and get enrolled. No one? Chalo. So suppose this is the circle and we have the arc length. Suppose this is the arc length, which is given as 22 centimeter, and it is given that it subtends an angle. So it should actually be quite less, because 30 degrees is going to be very, very low. So it subtends an angle of 30 degrees here. So what is the area of this particular sector, right? So we need to find out the radius first. So suppose if the radius is r, then we do know that the length of the arc is directly proportional to the angle subtended. In other words, we can say that that 22 centimeter is the part of the circumference, which we can take this as 2 pi radius, so 2 pi r. It's going to be in the same ratio as the angle subtended, so 30 degrees upon 360 degrees. So when the central angle is 360 degrees, it's about the entire circumference. When we're talking about only the length of the arc, it's only because of that 30 degrees. So if we solve this, we will have r is equal to 22 by 2 pi. Let's take pi as 22 by 7, and 30 by 360 is 1 upon 12. So this becomes into 12. So 22 and 22 cancels out. This 2 makes this as 6. So we will end up with 6 into 7, that is 42 centimeter. Now, the radius, once it is known, we can calculate the area of this particular region. How do we calculate that? Same logic. The angle subtended at the center is directly proportional to the area that it subtends, the area of the sector that is subtended at the center. Okay. In other words, this 30 degrees out of 360 degrees, this ratio should also be true for the area that we are trying to calculate upon when 360 degrees it exists. It's the area of the circle, the entire circle. So area is going to be pi, which is 22 by 7. Radius we already know is 42, and then we will have a 12. Now, why we have to convert pi into 22 by 7 is because none of the options have pi, right? So we will be able to get rid of this. So 6 into 2, and this becomes 11. So we have 11 into 42, which is 420 plus 42, which will result in 462. See, right? Chalo, try this. Next one. Yeah, good afternoon, Snehal and Prerna. In a class, there are 64 students, 36 students play cricket, 30 students play football, and 40 students play hockey, 12 students play this. So, as you can guess, this is a question based on Venn diagram. Chalo, try karo. I will draw the Venn diagram. clear. Yeah, good afternoon, Padmashri. Anyone? So we have 64 students. Let's say this is yellow is cricket, so that is 36 students. Red is football, so that's 30. And blue is hockey, so that is 40. 12 students play both cricket and football, so this red and yellow together, whether blue is included or not doesn't matter, it's 12. Similarly, we have got 16 for blue and red, and we have got 18 for yellow and blue. Since we don't know how much is partitioned above the common region of all three, and below, as in the common region of all three, we cannot divide it. So we need the value that should lie at the center. As per the question, 4 students play all the 3 sports, so this turns out to be 4. Now, when we say 12 people play cricket and football, we know that this is going to be 8. Similarly, when it is given that 16 students play both football and hockey, so this is 16, so this has to be 12. And 18 students play both cricket and hockey, so this is going to be 14. Now we need to figure out these 3 regions, their values, so that we can calculate how many students play exactly one sport. Since the yellow one is overall 36, out of which we already have 26 over here, so this is going to be 10. Red one overall is 30, out of which we already have 24, right? So this is going to be 6. And the blue one overall is 40, out of which we already have 30, so this is going to be another 10. So 10 plus 10 plus 6 is what is going to be the answer. People who play exactly one sport. What is outside? It's completely irrelevant if we try to solve it. We will get some value, but let's ignore it. So we'll have 26 as the answer, right? चलो देखते हैं कितने लोगों ने आंसर करा. अवनी नहीं, कहीं मिस्टेक हो गया आपसे. Okay, next. Shopkeeper increases the selling price. So question based on percentage, profit, loss and discount. Chalo, solve this. Okay, good, Aviraj. I hope the option you have given is for this question and not the previous one. Chalo, let's see. His overall profit changes from 22.22%. So 22.22% is 2 by 9 in fraction. Since we're talking about profit, so the multiplying factor is going to be 1 plus 2 by 9, which is 11 by 9. Now, suppose this is the selling price and this is the cost price. So SP upon CP will become 1 plus 2 by 9, which is 11 by 9. Okay. Next, it says when the cost price increases by 221, the selling price is increased by 15%. So 15% increase would become 1.15 of SP. Now, because of this, the profit percentage will become 16%. So 16% is 16 by 100. So that can be treated as 4 by 25. So since we're talking about profit, it will become 1 plus 4 by 25. ये आपका 4 by 25 है. जैसे 1 plus 2 by 9 करा, same 1 plus 4 by 25. So this is going to be 29 by 25. Right? Okay. So we need to find out CP and then add 221 to it. So we need to get rid of SP. Now, in order to get rid of SP, what we can do is we can divide them. Once we divide, SP and SP will cancel out. This CP will become the numerator, this 25 will become the numerator, this 9 will go as the denominator, this CP will go as the denominator, right? So we will have CP plus 221 divided by CP, and this is going to be 11 by 9 into 25 by 29, right? So we will have CPS 9 into 29 upon 11 into 25. Then we will have, so what I've taken is I've taken the reciprocal, okay? So I'll subtract 1 and then take the reciprocal. Calculative हो जाएगा. Can we somehow take the last digit? It won't be enough, right? Because two options have last digit as 0 and two options have last digit as 5. So we are supposed to now solve this. Approximation will also not work. और मेरे को पता नहीं क्यों लग रहा है कि the answer may not be an integer. कोई नहीं. 1 plus 221 by CP is going to be 11 into 25 upon 9 into 29. I'm not doing this calculation. So we can say 221 upon CP is going to be 11 into 25 upon 9 into 29 minus 1. Or this will result in CP is equal to, let's cross multiply, 221 into 9 into 29 divided by 11 into 25 minus 9 into 29. Now 11 into 25 now is the requirement is 275, and 9 into 29 is 290 minus 29, which is going to be 261. So this results in 14. So we will have 221 into 9 into 29 divided by 14. What is the closest we can get to? The closest we can get to is 14 का double होता है 28, so this is almost twice. नहीं, looks like there is some calculation mistake that has happened on my part. It changes from 22.22%, so it was supposed to be 11 by 9, to 16%. And 16% is 4 by 25. Now the problem is 221 into 9 itself is going to be almost 2000, right? And then we need another 221. So the answer should be more than अच्छा, that is 2000 into 2, 4000 हो जाएगा. 4000 plus 200 is going to be 4200. How are you guys able to get in B and C only? Yaar, the simple question. Where am I getting stuck? कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. Can anybody figure it out? Where am I making the mistake? Because you guys are getting option B or C or D. As in within 2000 or around 2000, you guys are getting the answer. Looks like I'm making some blunder somewhere. 250 plus 25 is 275, and 9 into 29 is going to be 290 minus 29, which is almost 290 minus 30, which is 261. So that is 14. And SP by CP is the multiplying factor of profit. Oh, I missed 1.15. Right? ये 1.15 मिस हो गया मेरे से. Okay. So yes, this is a blunder on my end. So what I will have is CP plus 221 divided by 1.15 CP. Yes, 1.15 missing. So this is going to give us 11 into 25 divided by 9 into 29. So, okay. Now what I will do is I will take the reciprocal. So if I take the reciprocal, I will have 1.15 plus 221 by 1.15 CP, and that is going to give me 11 into 25 by 9 into 29. So we will need to solve this. So this is going to be 275 divided by 261. Now 275 by 261, that question, not the type of calculation that we should be doing using a calculator. And since I have taken the reciprocal, it should now become 261 by 275. Sorry. 261 by 275. But then that is going to give us a negative value. Would it give us negative? Because if I take, that is 0 point something, and if I take it to the other side, tab bhi, this is 1.15 CP upon 221. So reciprocal of the first term, the reciprocal of the second, and the reciprocal on the other side. Negative आ जाएगा CP. Hold on guys. एक काम करते हैं, इसको बाद में आता है, because I have tried it like 3 times. I'm making I'm making mistake at one place or the other. Some blunder I'm doing. We'll come back to this later on. So exam में कभी भी ऐसा फंस जाओ ना, तो don't waste your time there. Move over, finish the all the questions in this section and then go back. Okay. Weird. The solution set of this, so this is a question based on log. So you can see that this is getting multiplied. So we have got log 3 to the base x into log 3 to the base 3x is equal to log 3 to the base 9x. I believe you guys are aware that log a to the base b, I can interchange a and b. All I have to do is take the reciprocal. So the first one will become 1 by log x to the base 3. The second one will become log 3x to the base 3. And the RHS will become log 9x to the base 3. Sorry, reciprocal hoga. So 1 upon log 9x to the base 3. Now, I can cross multiply. These are just like fractions, right? So I will have log x to the base 3. Now log 3x, I can break it down as log 3 to the base 3 plus log x to the base 3. And similarly, log 9x to the base 3 ko I can break down as 9 into x, which becomes log 9 plus log x, right? So this is log 9 to the base 3 plus log x to the base 3. Now, if I take log x to the base 3 as, let's say, y, ठीक है, बार बार नहीं लिखने का मन पूरा, so I'm taking that as y. So I will have our LHS first value as y, then this becomes 1 plus y, and this is going to be log 9 to the base 3 is 2, right? 3 का square 9 होता है. So this becomes 2 plus y. So this becomes y square is equal to 2, or we will get y is equal to plus minus root 2, which means this is plus minus root 2. So if I want to find out the value of x, I need to get rid of log. 3 will shift to the other side. So we will end up with x is equal to 3 to the power y, which is going to be plus minus root 2. So 3 to the power root 2 and 3 to the power minus root 2, which will result in option A, right? Chaman, are you talking about JB? JB, I did not understand. JB nahi lag raha hai. Okay, next one. Find the wrong number in this series. 22, 24, 50, 53, 106, 109. चलो देखते हैं कौन सबसे पहले आंसर करता है. हाँ श्रेयांश, I think I was making some mistake there. क्या mistake वो चेक करना पड़ेगा. Karan, which question? ऐसे तो 5 कर रखे, 5 नहीं 4 कर रखे, किस क्वेश्चन की बात कर रहे हैं? So find the wrong number in this series. 22, 24, 50, 53, 106, 109. Anyone? Okay, that was good, Karan. So what you will find is 20 to 24, that's an addition of 2. 24 to 50, it's double plus 2. 50 to 53, that's an addition of 3. 53 to 106, it's double. 106 to 109, it's addition of 3. So pattern कुछ ऐसा लग रहा है. 3 add करा, double करा, 3 add करा. So going by that logic, the previous should have been doubled and this should have been addition of 3. So adding 3 and then doubling it, again adding 3 and doubling it. So from 22, if we add 3 to it, it will become 25. So that when we double it, it will become 50. So that when we add 3, it becomes 53 and so on. So problem lies in the second one. So 24 is the wrong number in this series. 24 की जगह 25 होना चाहिए था. Okay, next. A vessel contained 100 liters of milk. From this container, 10 liters of milk was taken out and replaced by water. this process was further repeated 2 more times. How much milk does the container have now? So this is a question based on replacement which has got a direct formula, right? So balance non-culprit is equal to initial non-culprit one minus volume taken out divided by total volume to the power number of replacements, right? Non-culprit, what is non-culprit here? So whenever something is taken out, फिर आप कुछ add करते हो. The thing that is getting added is the culprit. So जो add नहीं हो रहा है content, that is the non-culprit. For example, this container contains milk. You are taking out milk. What are you putting back? The one thing that you are putting back, that वो दिक्कत है. उसके कारण question is changing. The values are changing. The percentage and the quantity is changing. So since it is replaced by water, so this is your culprit. So you do not have any formula to calculate how much of water we have. But we do have a formula to calculate how much of anything apart from water, which is obviously milk here. आप milk ढूंढ सकते हो. And thankfully, they are asking us milk only. Had they been asking us water, so you do not have any other way but to rather calculate milk first, and total volume is subtracted, you will automatically get water. So initial non-culprit we have is 100 liters. 1 minus, what is the volume taken out? It is 10 liters. What is the total volume? 100 liters here. How many times does this happen? It is happening once and then 2 more times. So it happens 3 times. So this becomes 100 liters. 10 by 100 is 1 by 10. 1 by 10 is 0.1 लिख सकते हो आप. 1 minus 0.1 will become 0.9. 9 ka cube is 729. And because of 3 decimal places, you will be left with 72.9 liters. Right? यही होगा ना? 0.729 into 100 is 72.9 liters. So this is the amount of non-culprit, that is milk, that will be left. So balance itna bachega milk finally. So you will have option A as the answer. Very good everyone. Okay, next. In how many ways can 3 women and 2 men can be selected among 5 men and 6 women? Good question. A very tricky question where a lot of students make mistake. वो overall ले लेते हैं, they don't make cases, तो वहां हो जाती है दिक्कत. Okay. हाँ ऋतुजा, you can do it 2 times या फिर power लगा दो. 9 into 9 into 9, 9 cube 729. I believe cubes 10 तक तो याद होंगे नहीं चाहिए. 10 नहीं, actually 15 तक होने चाहिए, but 10 तक भी चलेगा. So if you are thinking that there are total 11 people, out of 11 people you need to select 5, गलत है. So there is categorization. एक particular type का एक particular quantity का you have to select. Second type का certain number of quantity you need to select. So women का women के साथ relation and men का men के साथ. So from 6 women, if you need to select 3, the number of ways is 63. And from 5 men, if you need to select 2 men, so this is what you have to do. Now 63, if you solve, is 6 into 5 into 4 divided by 3 factorial. And 5C2 is 5 into 4 divided by 2 factorial. Well, 3 factorial and 6 is their same values. So 5 into 4 is 20 and 2 factorial will take care of 4 and will be left with, there will be 2 left. So 5 into 2, that will result in 10. So you will have 200. Option C. Very good, Vicky, Asmita, Viraj. बहुत बढ़िया. Nice. Okay, next one. What approximate value will come in place of the question mark in the following question? You're not expected to calculate the exact value. So आपको approximate value पहले ही लिख रखा है इन्होंने. तो ये तो explicitly और बता रहे हैं कि मत करना exact. Don't waste your time doing that. How much approximation you can go for, it all depends on the options. If the options are close, तो आप ज़्यादा छेड़छाड़ नहीं कर सकते. If the options are far, you can make a quite of changes in the values that are given. Let's see कितने लोगों का आता आंसर. If possible, please write the question number and then the correct option, because sometimes if I'm checking the chat, I am not sure if it is for this question or it is for the previous one. वैसा. नहीं, 73.99% को 74 ले लो. But 74% of something is not going to be easy to calculate. So I'll take this as 75%. Remember, 74 को 75 लिखा है. So whatever answer I'm going to get, the actual answer should be less than it, because I have taken a larger percentage. 1299, I can take that as to be 1300. Plus 9.98%, 10% ले लो. And 1899 को 1900 ले लो. Please remember, my answer, whatever I'm going to get, इससे कम होएगा. So if I get, let's say, 1200, my answer should be less than 1200. कितना? That is not something we will be able to figure out, but we do have D option. ऐसे ही करना है. 75% is nothing but 3/4 of 1300. And 10% of 1900 is 190. Now 3/4 of 1300, it's going to be 39 into 25, which is going to be 975 plus 190, which is going to be 1165 से तो कम होना चाहिए. बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं. Minute change. Minute means 10, 20, 25, 30, इतना ही, इससे ज़्यादा नहीं. So the only option that makes sense, which is less than 1165 and not very, very far, C हो जाएगा. Good everyone. Okay. Next, the simple interest for 3 years at 12% per annum is rupees 360. What will be the compound interest for the same period at the same rate of interest rate if the interest is calculated quarterly? Not an easy one. Let's see. कितने लोग आंसर कर सकते हैं और कौन सबसे पहले करता है करेक्ट आंसर? देखो भाई, सिंपल इंटरेस्ट 3 years is 360. ये सबसे बड़ा हिंट है. It will help you not use the formula, any formula. So simple interest is consistent. It's constant every year, right? As long as the rate of interest or the principal is not changed. So हर साल कितना होना चाहिए? कि 3 years में 360 है. So every year it should be 120, 360 by 3. ये पहला हिंट. The second hint is what should be the principle says that when you calculate 12% of that results in 120. किस amount का 12% 120 होता है? That is your second hint, because that will directly give you the principle. 1000, right? Now, once you have the principle, you can calculate compound interest ka formula. So amount under compound interest, a lot of people, they make mistake here. The formula over here is P1 plus R% to the power N, or T. N की जगह मैं T लिख लेता हूँ. While compound interest formula is P1 plus R% to the power T minus 1. Compound interest का formula second वाला होता है, पहला वाला नहीं. The first one is the formula for amount. Okay, so we have to put the values as they are given. So principal is something we just calculated. 1 plus R% is 1 plus 12 percentage, right? But since we are talking about quarterly, so 12 percentage का 1/4 हो जाएगा. So this will change to 3%, right? And because we are talking about same time period, so in 3 years, we will have 12 quarters, right? Every year there are 4 quarters. So first year में 4 quarters, next year में 4 quarters, next year में 4 quarters. So there will be a total of 12 quarters and then minus 1. Well, nobody can solve 1.03 to the power 12. That's wherein they have given us the value already. So this will become 1000 times 1.77 minus 1, which will result in 0.77 into 1000, which I believe now you guys can quickly figure out which option is the answer. हाँ करण बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं, बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं, डेफिनेटली. सिंपल इंटरेस्ट का फॉर्मूला लगा लो आप. सिंपल इंटरेस्ट इज गिवन एज प्रिंसिपल इनटू रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इनटू टेन्योर. Simple interest is 360, principal is not known, this is 12% and tenure is 3. You can do this. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Okay, the next one. There are a certain number of passengers in a bus such that 40 are male and the rest are female. At a bus stop, exactly half of the females alight and no male alights. Also, no passengers board the bus. I hope you guys are aware of the meaning of the word alight. Alight मतलब उतरना, leave. Now the total number of passengers is 2/3 the initial number. How many females alighted at the bus stop? Again, an interesting question. Okay. So what I'm going to, if you read it carefully, what you will realize is, and this is exactly what I'm going to do, the reduction because of the females shows a reduction in overall, right? So suppose if the females are F and male to 40 hai. So can I say the half of the females they leave, so that reduction or half of the females, that is the reduction in the total number of people. Now finally 2/3 of the initial number of passengers is left. So can we say 1/3 of total number of passengers, initial passengers, is what moved away, that they deboarded the bus or they alighted, right? So female जितनी गई वो total का 1/3 है, because 2/3 stayed. So if we cross multiply this, so we will have 3f, 2f, 80. So I think f is going to be 80. So 80 female. Now the question is not how many females we have. Question is how many females alighted at this top. So we know that half of the females alighted. So half of 80 is going to be 40. These many females, they deboarded the bus. So option A. Good everyone. A lot of you were able to answer this. Good. Okay. Next. Vishwas travels by car from Shimla to Chandigarh at the speed of 90 and he travels back from Chandigarh to Shimla at the speed of 60. If he covers the total distance in 9 hours, find the distance between Shimla and Chandigarh. There are at least 2 different ways of solving this. देखते हैं आप लोग कितना जल्दी आंसर करते हो, उस पर डिपेंड करेगा कि आपने क्या यूज करा. Okay, so when he goes from Shimla to Chandigarh and when he comes back, so when he goes at the speed of 90, he comes back at the speed of 60. So there are 2 speeds that we will have to take care of, एक 90 and 60. इसको एक speed में convert कर लेते हैं. So let's calculate his average speed for the entire journey. So his average speed is going to be 2 times 90 into 60 divided by 90 plus 60, right? If you guys remember, when the distance is constant, the average speed is harmonic mean of the speeds, right? So ये आपका average speed होगा, which will be 2 into 90 into 60 divided by 150. So we will be able to get rid of one of these zeros and then 15 into 4. So this results in 72 kmph. 72 किलोमीटर पर आवर के एवरेज स्पीड से ये मूव कर रहा था, right? And since he was moving at the speed of 72 kilometers per hour, so what is the distance he is going to cover in 9 hours? So it's going to be 72 into 9, speed into time. But in 72 into 9, this is not just Shimla to Chandigarh, it is back also. So actually he was able to cover twice the distance. So we are supposed to half it. क्योंकि 2 बार cover कर रहा है ना this entire distance. Because the average speed is not for one-sided journey, it's for the entire journey. So this will result in 36 into 9 and 36 into 9 will end in 4. The only option that ends in 4 is option D. Or you can do 36 minus 360 minus 36, which will give you 324 anyways, right? Right? Okay. So that's the 12th one. Okay. So everyone who is present, please make sure that you like. I'll go back to this question, which I was not able to solve initially. Let's see if there is some mistake that I was doing. So a shopkeeper increases the selling price of an article by 15%. So there was some cost price and there was some selling price. The profit percentage was 16% initially. So from here we can say selling price was 1.16 times of cost price. Next, it says selling price increases by 15%. So the new selling price is going to be 1.15 of selling price, and cost price now becomes 221, and this increase is 22.22%. So from here, the second equation is 1.15 selling price is equal to 22.22% is जैसे 1 plus 16% लिखा ना वैसे ही इसको भी लिखते हैं. So 22.22% in decimal will be difficult. So I would rather prefer 2 by 9. So this becomes 11 by 9 times of CP plus 221. We need to find the cost price, increased cost price. So we need to find CP. So we are supposed to get rid of SP. So we will have 1.15 SP की जगह पर, let's write this, 1.16 into CP is equal to 11 by 9 times of CP plus 221. Now this is not going to be easy. Unfortunately, calculator की ज़रूरत पड़ जाएगी. So if I take 9 to the other side, I will have 1.15 into 1.16 into 9. So this is going to be 12.006 CP is equal to 11 CP plus 11 into 221, which is 2431. So we will get CP is equal to 2431 divided by 1.006. Like I was saying before, ये मेरे को लग रहा था ना कि 2000 plus होगा. I have no idea how you guys got more than that. So it's 2416 point something. So since we are talking about cost, increased cost price, so we are supposed to add 221 to this. So this will result in 2637. Even if I half it, there is no option closest to it. So 1.15 into 1.16, 11 by 9, 11, 12 CP minus 11 CP is 1 CP. नहीं 1265 नहीं है. If you're getting 1265, can you guys tell me how you are getting 1265? And Karan, the last question, why did I divide it by 2 was, this distance, if you solve 72 into 9, this is going to be 648 kilometers. So 648 kilometers pura journey hai na? What will be one-sided journey? Because the question is not the entire journey, but it's only the distance between Shimla and Chandigarh. So आधा हो जाएगा. So instead of halving it in the next step, I halved it right here. इधर ही कर लिया हमने. 648 by 2. I hope that is clear now. Yeah. Back to this question. Answer says C. X को solve करूं, कहां पर है X? Was there an X there? There is no X. Tell me the question number. So yes, I don't know how were you guys able to get 1265. I'm not getting 1265. Speed was same, तब तो बहुत simple होता ना Karan. Suppose the speed was 60. So 60 kilometers जाने में, 60 kilometers speed लौटने में. And the total duration was 9 hours. तो एक साइड में 4.5 घंटे, 4.5 hours he must have taken. So it would have been simply 60 into 4.5. We could have done the same thing. जो आप half a time बोल रहे हो ना, हम उसको यहाँ यूज कर सकते हैं. In this one, we can say that 72 kilometers per hour की स्पीड से गया on an average. So 72 जाने में, 72 लौटने में. So that's 9 hours. So instead of 9 hours, one side में 4.5 hours लगेगा. So you can do this. 4.5 is 9 by 2 hours. आप अगर देखोगे ये और ये is the same calculation. So in this one, time को half कर रहे हैं. In the second one, we are halving the distance once we calculate it. Doesn't matter because I did not calculate 72 into 9. I actually did 72 by 2, 36. स्पीड को हाफ करके उसके बाद हमने 9 से मल्टीप्लाई किया. आंसर में कोई चेंज नहीं है. So whatever you are suggesting, you are correct. Yes, so people who have got 1265, can you explain how did you guys get 1265? Current 1265 कैसे आया? वैसे भी 1265 ऑप्शन सी है. ठीक है. So I'm not getting 1265. I'm sorry about that. I will just check the calculation. Nope. किसी एंगल से नहीं है. किसी एंगल से नहीं है. ठीक है. So there is some problem in question number 4. So let's skip it. So there was a reason I was not able to get the answer at the third attempt last time because I was making mistakes in the first two. पर बाद में तो बहुत ज़्यादा लग ही रहा था. Okay. So I'll tell you the sessions that are due for the next few days so that you guys can keep a track of it. So MHCT specialized course we have begun. You can enroll in this. The link is given in the description. So on 3rd of March at 11 a.m. Mr. Srinivas is going to discuss about MBA, why, how and when. So you can join this interactive workshop and get your queries resolved. On 6th of March at 7 p.m. Mr. Sarel is going to discuss about CAT 2024 quant strategy. If you guys are targeting this year's CAT, it will be very beneficial if you attend this because students struggle, especially people who hate maths or who are not confident enough. So you can ask your queries, कैसे करें? There has to be some approach, right? And there does exist approach to make quant easy. And on 10th of March, you can register for this scholarship test for CAT preparation programs. The timing is 11 a.m. wherein you can avail up to 90% scholarship. And in the MHCT specialized course that we are currently running, you will get hundreds of live, recorded as well as pre-recorded lectures and 12 mocks and more than 3,500 practice questions. 12 mocks actually important. More mocks you write, more confident you become. And anyone who's targeting this year's CAT, we have made CAT College Predictor Live, wherein you put in your CATs, your profile, and the system will tell you which colleges you are eligible for and what percentile you should bring in so that you most likely get a call. Though nothing is ever concrete कि 100 percentile लेते आए तो अहमदाबाद से call आ जाएगा, कोई guarantee नहीं होता उसका, but it gives you a very good idea. Okay, and in case of any doubts, fill this form. The link to this form is also given in the description. Do check out our social media handles and pages. Do like and subscribe, everyone. Take care. Thank you. I'll see you guys again with another session on MHCT. Bye-bye. And good luck for your exam as well, in case I don't see you guys again. Bye. Okay, Nandan is saying CP new is minus CP is equal to CP plus rupees 221, which is rupees 221. But Nandan, don't you think the selling price increased by 15%? Hold on, I'll just check Nandan's solution. Cost price is, so you said 16% of 221 plus 221. ठीक है, 256 is the Nandan. The cost price increased by cost price was not 221. Cost price increased by 221. या मैं गलत पढ़ रहा था? Hold on. Was I making that blunder? कि cost price 221 है? नहीं. Cost price increases by 221. So cost price was never 221. Cost price was something वो 221 से increase हुआ, right? So you are saying that whatever was the cost price, but if there is a 16% increase on it, so 221 भी 16% से बढ़ेगा. I completely agree with that. So cost price is going to be 0.24553. Where did we get that 0.24? Mm-hmm. 0.24 किधर से आया? चलो नंदन, in the comment, नीचे comment होता है ना, not in the chat, in the comment please write down the solution. I will check it. Okay, I'll check it in another couple of hours. I'll let you know कि अगर कुछ सही है या कुछ गड़बड़ है.